Daniel Jones yesterday with a non-contact knee injury. He played one more play after that. The concern is the torn ACL. Tests today expected to reveal that he'll be done for the year. We'll wait to see what the outcome is. It did not look good. Jones had just come back from a neck injury that caused him to miss several games and put Tommy DeVito back in the lineup because Tyrod Taylor is on injured reserve with a ribcage injury. Not great for Daniel Jones. And, you know, look, we've talked about how it's not all his fault.
Yeah.
The Seahawks game several weeks back, what can you really do when you're constantly under duress? But it wasn't anything close to the progression we thought we'd see in year 2 with Brian Daboll. No. That team is it's like last year did not even happen.
Yeah. Fell apart. Haven't been able to play games on their terms throughout this year. You know, the offense, and like you said, the offensive line was so bad. And then with Saquon Barkley getting hurt for that period of time there, they couldn't create anything. You know, they had nobody that scared you on the offensive side of the ball. They couldn't protect Daniel Jones. They got major issues. And, you know, I'm wishing or hoping the best for Daniel Jones. But, you know, that was one when we saw it happen live. Non-contact, you see the knee kind of collapse in like that. Usually not a good sign. I'm hoping it's not an ACL and maybe a PCL or an MCL or an LCL, one of those, you know, other ligaments, but we'll see where it goes. His body has been beat to shit, right? His whole career. And that's where it's a shame, is where I do think it takes a cumulative effect on a guy like that with all the hits and things he has taken over the last 4 years.
They traded Leonard Williams last week right before the deadline. This is another reason for the deadline to be later, because now would be the time to take an offer for Saquon Barkley from the Bills or somebody. Now's the time to sell, but they can't.
Yeah, the week 10 should be the trade deadline. Well, what's the rush? What is the rush? It would have been way more exciting. You know, you're right. There would have been another handful of teams that would have been like, okay, we're officially out of it. Let's start to make moves. Let's be sellers. It would have been better for all of us.
I think part of it is they don't want there to be a cluster of crap teams that have given up, especially now.
It's a solid point.
And between the Sunday night flex, the Monday night flex, the Thursday night flex, it's above our pay grade. It's NFL decision, but I think that adding the 2 others, Thursday and Monday, has complicated the whole process, so it's not as easy as it used to be to get a game that out of Sunday, Monday, or Thursday that maybe they don't want.
It doesn't seem like it.
We don't want to encourage teams to give away all their players.
Right.
So we've got, ragtag group of nobody out here playing. And from the other side of the coin, too, I don't know how much better one guy really can make. Defensively, yes, you can plug him in. It's got to be hard offensively to get a guy up to speed. But if a team wants to do it, why shouldn't it? At least a week. They moved the season back a week by adding an extra game.
Yeah.
At a minimum, the trade deadline, should go back a week.
Yeah.
And the Giants would be in a position today to maybe call the Bills and say, what do you want to give us for Saquon Barkley?
Sure, right. I hear you there. I think there'd be a few teams that would be in that boat right there with them and go, okay, it's over. We're officially out of it. Let's give up and let's move on and let's see where it goes. But, yeah, G-men, the tough schedule early on, the injuries early on, they just were, swimming in the deep end from the get-go, and they've never been able to really right the ship.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.